Good afternoon, everyone. Shalom. I'm Shosh Bedrosian, spokesman for the National Public Diplomacy
Excuse me, I just threw up. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
Directorate here in the Prime Minister's office. I'll take a few questions after a couple of very brief points to share with you. Just make sure you put your questions in the chat of this Zoom with your name and your outlet. It is Monday, October 27th, and today is day 752 since Hamas decided to launch a war on Israel, kidnapping our people and murdering hundreds. Today marks exactly 2 weeks.
It's been 734 days of crying. The great crying continues.
14 days since our hostages returned home to Israel and reunited with their families. 14 days since they were freed from the chains, the starvation, and the torture Hamas inflicted on them.
14 days since I changed my soiled diaper.
A day that marks the start of the rehabilitation journeys. Their stories of survival are harrowing to hear. Repelling forced Islamic conversions, eating one bite of pita a day while their captors feasted, the beatings, the torture,
Forced Islamic conversions.
and being kept in cages for nearly all of their time in captivity. Israel has committed to this ceasefire plan for more than 2 weeks now, as did Hamas.
Really? Source? Your Shoshana? Is the ceasefire in the room with us now, Shoshana? Committed to the ceasefire for 14 days?
Hamas has violated the agreement and not returned all of our hostages. Israel has only received the bodies of 15 of our 28 deceased hostages, and for the last 5 days, we have received nothing from Hamas. Broken promises and commitments.
We keep our hostages fair and square, Hamas. Give them back to us.
Hamas is still a organization whose only reason for holding our hostages is to further torture their families. Hamas committed to President Trump and other Arab leaders'
Yeah, that's not how hostage deals works. Okay. What's her name?
plan that they will comply to this plan, which includes phase 1 to release
I said Shoshana on a whim, but her real name, you know what her real name is? Just Shosh. Shosh. I guess she goes by Shosh for short.
all of our remaining hostages. Hamas knows where they are located, and there is no other option but for them to be released back home.
Shosh.
I mentioned in yesterday's briefing that an Egyptian technical team is now in Gaza to help search for the remains of our deceased hostages. The team will bring in more equipment to help the retrieval of the hostages, including tractor-type vehicles.
Wow, you need like industrial scale like excavators in the Gaza Strip. I wonder why. Why is there so much rubble?
The Red Cross, the Egyptian technical team, and a Hamas person have also been permitted to enter beyond the IDF.
So, murder hostages, but in order for you to get them back, you have to clear out the rubble that used to be buildings that you bombed. And we're supposed to believe that hostages, but the are in buildings. So it wasn't the bomb dropped on the buildings that were housing the
IDF's yellow line position in Gaza under close IDF supervision
Make it make
to identify
sense.
the location of our
Logic is anti-Semitic, guys.
hostages. Kidnap them and murder them. Israel demands the terror group locates them. Next to the election results in Argentina, Prime Minister Netanyahu congratulated President Javier Milei on his victory in yesterday's elections. The Prime Minister expressed his deep appreciation for President Milei, who has allied his government to the state of Israel and the Jewish people, and who has stood up against those who have slandered this country. The Prime Minister said true leaders defy the odds in pursuit of a great cause, repeating the Israeli military.
Yeah, true leaders defy the odds. The odds of international law, respect for humanitarian laws, the world consensus, the conclusions of all international institutions.
Motto, who dares wins. Prime Minister Netanyahu is scheduled to have a phone call with President Milei later today to congratulate him on his victory. I'll now take a few
Cool, Shosh. What is your accent? Where are you from? Tampa, Florida.
Joel Pollack from Breitbart News. Can you confirm that Pakistan, Azerbaijan, and Indonesia are
The questions that she gets are from Breitbart News. The dead giveaway, folks.
sending troops to Gaza as part of the International Stabilization Force? So what I can tell you on this is that in terms of the future,
We will now field completely spontaneous, random questions from our completely non-curated audience. Our first question is from the Synagogue of Satan. Your question is, when can we drink? We're still packaging up. It's being held in laboratories in South Israel.
Future of what this international stabilization force might look like. Details are still being worked out on that. I will echo the words of Prime Minister Netanyahu and say these conversations are happening and they will be announced at a later date once these details are ironed out. But in terms of that, we are working in partnership, in close coordination with President Trump and his administration as part of the ceasefire plan that we have committed to and agreed to and also upheld.
Yeah, imagine trying to talk to this person, like talking to a doorknob.
Adam Parsons, Sky News, do you accept that Hamas was being truthful when it said previously that it could not locate all the bodies? And will you allow the Rafah crossing to open? So, Adam, like I have said in the past, Hamas is a organization. For the last 14 days, I have stood up here and I have told you that knows the locations of where our hostages are. So I continue to reiterate that same sentiment, like I just said in our briefing. Knows where they're located, and we are demanding for them to be released and to be returned. So this Egyptian team that is going in is helping us speed up the process. Remember, 14 days ago, actually even a little bit longer than that, between 16 days ago, committed to a plan that we're in right now to release all 48 of our hostages. And we are waiting for 13 deceased hostages to return back home. We had 28 deceased hostages in total inside of the Gaza Strip. We're demanding for the release of the remaining ones. And like I said, Hamas knows where our hostages are located, and we are wondering why they're not being returned on time.
Well, let's just think about this, Shoshana. You, being your Israeli government, now controls the majority of the Gaza Strip. And you've reduced the Gaza Strip to 90% rubble. Maybe you could look in the places that you now control. Maybe you don't really need anymore because they don't control the land, most of the land in the Gaza Strip. That's controlled by the IDF. In fact, they control 0% of the land, but formally speaking, the IDF controls a majority of the Gaza Strip as of today. My next question comes from completely random, completely spontaneous. The Daily Talmud. The Daily Talmud asks, can we keep the... Is that okay? Yes, it's completely within Israeli protocol to use for the livelihood and the preservance of the Jewish state.
Andre Lombard from the BBC, you mentioned that a person from Hamas joined the Egyptian team to search for the remaining hostages. Is it just one individual, and how was that negotiated? What I said in the briefing is what the answer is to that question.
Where are these questions coming from? She made it seem like it's a live stream and, you know, we're on a Zoom call, so just throw them up there, but she's probably just reading off a sheet, you know? Completely scripted. I doubt this was a Zoom call, you know? Guys, don't worry. It's not, this is completely non-biased, completely objective. We know that because this is an APAC, okay? They've rebranded. It's now AJAC. See that? Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to the page to help it grow. And if you'd like to support my work, join my Patreon for exclusive content.